Welcome back to BTL Productions. Is the Buick brand dead in America? Should GM just cut its losses, shutter the brand, and move on? Or is there a chance of saving it? Let's roll the intro, and I will discuss that with you guys. Welcome back, guys. So, I was reading an article here on GM Authority, and they were talking about the Buick brand and its slumping sales and even just declining sales dollar amounts that they've been facing. So, let's look at a couple little snippets from the article. The average transaction price for a new Buick vehicle fell in February 2025, according to data provided by U.S. Auto Price and prepared by Cox Automotive and Kelley Blue Book. The ATP for Buick vehicles was reported at 34,973, which is down a significant 3.5% year over year from February 2024. While month over month, it declined 0.5% from January. The downward slump in average transaction price across the brand continues a trend in recent months of sliding. January sales are down by 4% from the year before and 1.3% from the previous month, which saw vigorous sales across America in the auto sector. A year ago, Buick prices were falling as the car market entered its usual late winter doldrums, plunging 5% from January 2023. So what they're showing here is that although the sales have been doing good in the auto sector in North America, Buick hasn't been following the same trend. In addition to that, Buick prices are somewhat out of sync with the trends of GM overall. The General's average transaction price rose 1.4% from the previous year, though they dropped marginally by 1% from January 2025. As a backdrop to these price movements, new vehicle ATPs across the U.S. sector was 48,039, a rise of 1% from the previous year, but a 1.3% drop from the overheated conditions in December. Now, the Buick brand, it's been reduced to a bunch of SUVs and crossovers that, I'm sorry, but they all kind of look the same. They are nice looking, but there's not enough differentiation between them. They have no cars anymore. One of the last exciting car they had was the Buick Regal, which they dropped in around 2019. I particularly drove one of those. It was a GS model, had Recaro seats and the 3.6 liter V6 in there, and it was an amazing car to drive. The thing went around corners like it was on rails, and they just dropped it. So the article didn't give a age of the typical Buick buyer, but I'm pretty sure it's on the older side. They also dropped their Buick Lucerne, which was their flagship car. It was actually a very nice looking car too. I've driven one of those as a rental one time, and I have to believe, it got a lot of head turning. Now, you know what? I was actually in college when I drove this, and even the young girls on campus, they're all turning around to look at this car. And it was just a basic model, black, gray interior. It was just a basic model, but it turned heads of all age groups. So anyhow, they just let that one slide again too. But Buick, is Buick really relevant in North America? I mean, around the world in other countries, it does fantastic. I mean, China and other countries, they do fabulous sales. But in North America, it's just doesn't have it anymore. They could probably very easily just obliterate the brand and just keep Cadillac, Chevrolet, maybe Pontiac for a few cars. Just saying. Anyhow, had to throw that in there. But then you get into the problem, and I think this in lies one of the major considerations for GM, why they haven't gotten rid of it, is dealer obligations. For years, GM split their brands basically between two dealers. The same like the town where I live, there's two GM dealers. One sells Chevrolet, Cadillac, Corvette, and the other one sells GMC and Buick. Days gone by, the GMC Buick dealer used to sell Pontiac as well, and the Chevrolet Cadillac dealer, they would also sell Oldsmobile, if I want to go further back. So that, I think, is part of the problem. Now, if they were to bring back Pontiac, they could put the Pontiac in the GMC dealer, because if they took the Buick out of there, that would just leave them with a whole bunch of pickup trucks and a couple SUVs left to sell. It doesn't leave them a lot of product to, make the sales figures to be able to, keep a dealer afloat. But you added the Pontiac brand in there as a replacement to Buick as a purely North American brand, that could probably work. Just saying. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is Buick dead in America? Is there a way to save it? Could they bring some couple cars in there and change up their SUVs a bit? Maybe make them a little sportier. Days gone by, Buick was a much sportier brand. They had they even competed in the NASCAR race circuit. They could do that again. Possibility, because soon with the discontinuation of the Camaro, NASCAR is going to need another vehicle to fit that bill. Do they turn Buick into more of a sports brand? I don't know. Like I say, let me know what you think. That's my view from behind the wheel. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and have yourselves a great day.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.